I spent quite a lot of my time working on programs that deal with natural disasters or man-made disasters. And part of the difference between the two is that for a natural disaster, and let's call the pandemic a natural disaster, is you can't ever stop them, but you can only mitigate against them for the next time. So it's very important to not be too to not be too harsh with ourselves about things, about that type of disaster, because there isn't anything you can do apart from mitigate against it and minimize the problems that will come from the next one. But this is the value of of learning, and of a legacy from that learning that we can apply to to everything, not just how you go about volunteering, or whether you volunteer on a regular basis or what. You can step back and say, okay, well, we need to have volunteer programs throughout the whole time, not just when there's a disaster or when there's a need for them. We have to be ready in that sense, mitigate for when we need more, if you like. That's one aspect of the learning. But it isn't unusual to, well, it's become more common for us to understand that what happens in another country is important in ours, and that very important, stemming from that very important recognition that actually there is only the one planet. I love that phrase, there is no planet B. It's absolutely critical that we understand that there can be a knock-on effect to what we do on our daily basis, and it can affect millions and millions of people. And so that's one other aspect of learning that I think we need to focus on. And the third one, which I think is related, is that we don't have all the answers in our own society, that there are other societies that have dealt with similar problems and are dealing with similar problems in different and better ways. I mean, if you just look at the way that New Zealand has done so well in this particular problem, it's not because it's New Zealand, it's because they've had a different way of looking at whatever the issues are, dealt with it in a different way, and have proven that actually that is probably a more effective way. So, I think another legacy, therefore, is that we should look to other countries to see how they've done things, not just in the pandemic version, but every way, so that we can learn something from that. Because Britain, for all it is a brilliant country, and one of the things that we definitely know about the NHS is that we must keep it. And I've lived in many countries that don't have an NHS. And if you're poor, and you have an issue, a medical issue, you're probably going to die, and that's going to affect your family. It's going to make them even poorer. So having an NHS system is critical, and we can compare ourselves to other countries that don't, and feel very pleased that we have one.